truth, I step into the night. Now it never made sense to me why some crave the limelight. It makes me wonder how I'm supposed to be. Could it be wrong to kick back and just write? Now let the truth be told. When in my zone, learn from the fighters' techniques. Now let the truth be sold to you. Eyes on the goal, but you're moving too quick. Don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim. You put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold. Straight from the soul, now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim. Watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold. Straight from the soul, gotta stick to my goal always. It's the truth, I step into the night. Now it never made sense to me why some choose the limelight. Imagine if they put the time to seek, to find a talent and then watch it take flight. Well, let the truth be told. Go to your zone, learn from the finest techniques. Well, let the truth be sold to you. Come to your own, but you're moving too quick. Don't speak, just listen. No doubt gonna lay my claim. You put in work and just wait, and let it all unfold. Straight from the soul, now I stick to my goal always. Damn right, gotta lay my claim. Watch the whole world change, and let it all unfold. Straight from the soul, gotta stick to my goal always. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Everywhere I seek, things speak to me. Things speak to me, please sing to me. Set up, break down till I'm weak. Each week we reach a new peak, and I wonder when it all might stop. Cause until then I'll give it all I got in harmony. Get back up, you're my remedy. Time to do it again. Everybody at a spot tonight. Come on, vibe with us. Little something at a spot tonight. Come on, get hype with us. Ain't no need to fight. Get up, wake up, get down to this sound. We gonna light the night. Tell me who is high in life. Just got announced from Oregon, and it's fire. Wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, California, Washington keeps it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some chronic at my spot, and I'm ready. Wanna inhale, exhale. Yeah, Colorado, well starts, keeps me medicated. Inhale, exhale. I'll be the first one to say, yeah, light it up, I'll be the first one to fade. And spark it up or elevate it. Nah, I can't complain. It keeps me humble, makes me appreciate. Sweet Mary Jane, you pick me up, you make me feel no pain. And when in doubt, inspire me to get out. Sing with my heart, I'll take a draw to calm down. Don't have to tell you, we don't have to give a reason. We elevate at any time or any season. It keeps me going, never feel like I'm defeated. Gives me that feeling I can always count on. I'll take the best of what's around. It don't matter, wanna inhale, exhale. Yes, outside, keep it up, keep it blazing. Inhale, exhale. Just got some endo at my spot, and it's fire. Wanna inhale, exhale. And in the islands, well, stocks keeps me medicated. Inhale, exhale.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just wanna make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp. This is the
in my pocket. It don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Call out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me, no, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Show me the money!
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? Hey, think you know what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Out to the masters. Break it down!
Yeah, what up? Man.
56 days.
First bowl of the day always gets me.
56 days, B.
Oh yeah, it is coming. It is coming hella quick. Let's see who's up in the chat with us. What up, Chris Bay?
What up, Bay?
Minnesota Marty.
Was not Minnesota.
Let's see.
It's gonna be
All right.
hot one today.
Man, we got a new guy who's getting into these best ball tourneys with us. He's in Canada. He's got some, I don't know, I've seen this before where Sleeper has this weird ass issue where like you click on it and it won't take you into Sleeper. It just goes to like a page where it says like shit not found or whatever. And he's dealing with that right now.
That's weird.
We're going to get him in there. What up, Zeb? He said, Taco Tuesday, let's get it. And he said, what up? Inhale, exhale. We got to have the weed songs, on the intro. Love it. What up, Derek? Salute. Emil, what up, homie?
What up?
What? Zeb said, I'm going to go see 3 Doors Down with some buddies next week. He said the Kryptonite Superman song. I remember 3 Doors Down. I don't remember any other song besides Kryptonite, though. That's the only one I remember.
Probably the only one that matters.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I remember
that was just like the ultimate like baseball, like stadium, like song. Every time you went to the baseball stadium, you're fucking hearing that for sure. Infinite in the house, what up? Dennis in the house, what up?
What up?
And we got some feedback from Infinite. So I mean, the first one, the first best ball that he got in with us, he's like, man, what the fuck is this? Is crazy. Like people are drafting QBs like hella early, and he had to learn the flow. And so he got into the fast draft with us, and he said he liked it a lot better than the slow draft. But he said he likes drafting a lot better from the 12 spot than he did from the 2 spot.
I mean, in a non-third round reversal, you know what I mean? I think that's the biggest difference, right? If you're at the back end, it's, I tend to rather have the higher pick, but like also just having a bookend period.
Yeah.
When you get to like that, once you're getting to like that when you're doing like your 3-4s and your 4-5s and stuff.
I was gonna say, like, legit, once you get to the 3-4 turn, I feel like there's almost no difference. Like, I mean, and
it's almost an advantage at that point because of the fact that you have the bookend to go to double up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because nobody else could do that. Like, I mean, even if you're 11 or 2,
yeah, you
still gotta wait for 2 picks, to come back. Yeah. You just never know.
You gotta be like, okay, here's 4 guys here.
Right.
I hope I get 2 out of the 4.
Well, and I'll give you an example. In one of the ones where I think 311, I'm at the 11 spot. I was at the 311. Like I wanted Goff, but I was like, you know what? Like we still got Goff, Aaron Rodgers, and Russ Wilson. So I'm okay getting one of those three. But I took Najee because I was like, man, I'd be pissed if he took Najee right now because he's like the only running back I want in this spot, or else I'd probably just wait on running backs. So I took Najee, but then of course he takes Goff, you know, the guy who I want. So, but I get Aaron Rodgers, and I would have been more mad if he would have took Najee. Yeah, for sure.
Because of the position scarcity at that point.
Yeah, it was falling off a cliff hella quick at that point.
How about speaking of 311, they had a couple of joints, man. That band.
Uh-huh.
Trying to remember. I think they're one of their
Wasn't
more
311 one of those ones that you hated?
No, 311 is they're like I guess you could call them a 2-hit wonder. Because the first hit I can remember of them the song was called Down.
Okay.
That was like in 95.
Hey, who's on Facebook? What up? Get over to YouTube. We can't see your name on Facebook. What up? What up?
What up? And then what was it? They had another one called Amber. That song was hella dope.
It's funny that Zeb, he threw that out there right away. He said 311 Amber.
Yeah, and because this was like their OGs in the game at this point. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
remembered it too. What up? What up? I do not. I mean, I remember the name 311.
Well, I mean, because you know why they got that ska reggae-esque sound.
Yeah.
Like after watch. Yeah, throw that on. I feel like that's a song you would jam to. You know what I mean?
What up, Big Tons?
It's just got that weed head vibe. I don't know the song. I mean, I haven't heard. Like maybe I haven't broke down the lyrics in that song in a minute. I just remember that song was dope.
Where is Big Ton's membership? Oh, Big Ton might be on the GMM. Maybe that's where he's at.
Hey, look at that.
There we go. And
Tino's going underground. And he might not be underground, right? But he's on the underground channel. You know what I mean?
And let's see. And Infinite said, why are they talking about Minshew? Because Anthony Richardson, I think, was overhyped because of rookie fever. But let's give Bogey the shot.
He's the Ginsu. He slices and dices.
He knows that system.
He knows that system, right? The Shane Steichen, is that his name? Yep, Shane Steichen, former OC of the Eagles, now head coach of the Colts. You know what I'm saying? One of their first orders of business, in the offseason, brought over Gardner Minshew, the Ginsu.
Yeah.
He's a system guy. And Anthony Richardson, the only guy that's been bigging him up has been the Ginsu, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, he looks like he's getting better every time he steps out there. Hey, man, this kid's really good. Hey, man, he's the shit. You know, like whatever. He's just stroking him off. But then, you know, everything else coming out of that camp is talking about Anthony Richardson's accuracy issues are showing up again.
Every mark on him that we were talking about before the season, like and it's all the accuracy, man. I'm telling you, like that's. I mean, Bogey's the one who said Trey Lance vibes a while ago, and really it's because the lack.
Why did I do that to him?
Well, I mean, boy.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's sad, like, because that's the thing.
He doesn't have a lot of college experience, so, I mean, that 1 year is so polarizing, but I don't know. Like, I was already completely out on him. I have him in one place where I needed a QB, like, badly, so I took him in a rookie draft. But
I'll be able to flip that mug too if you needed, you know what I mean?
Shit, I mean not right now. Like he's got to fucking play.
Not right now. Unless there's a 3 QB having motherfucker, and you can like snatch one of his, like you know, like say like someone has like a Cousins, and you can get like a Cousins and a skill guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I might be okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, Richardson, man, I get. I'm super nervous about him.
Yeah. Okay, you want to hear the new bogey category I came up with?
Yeah.
There's 2 new categories. One I've been saying all the time, the I'm okay being wrong about him category.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that also goes hand in hand with the other side of it on players I'm probably gonna curve all the way. And it's the I would be pleasantly surprised if he did well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't have the expectation really. And Anthony Richardson falls in that category for me. I'd be pleasantly surprised if and when he balls out for fantasy, because if he gets the starting gig week 1, you got to imagine his understanding of that system better be far, because the installments they're going to be minimal.
I don't even think he gets the starting job unless he has
so.
a full grasp on everything and understands the play. Because then why wouldn't you just start Minshew for a couple games? Let him, just
show him the ropes.
I mean, you're gonna have to. I mean, preparing for an NFL game as a QB is probably one of the hardest jobs for. I mean, it's the hardest job for any NFL player for sure, but it might be one of the hardest jobs out of any sports player. Because you got to know everybody's assignment besides yours. It's not just you got to know what you got to do.
Who knows the system, bro? And this system got a lot of bells and whistles. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? There's, I would say, I mean, obviously, if Anthony Richardson gets in there, his natural ability to run, you know what I mean? That's a real thing. It is a real thing. Like, there'll be a lot of stacked boxes because they're not going to respect Anthony Richardson's arm. So you're going to stack the box, and they're going to try to run a lot. And, he might pop a big one off some play action, or maybe just take a shot on some single coverage, and maybe Pittman makes the play or something and makes Richardson look good. I feel like, because didn't we see a lot of that with Lance too? Remember how many 50, 60-yard bombs did we see with Lance in the beginning? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was like preseason. It was like, oh no, it's the worst time to do that. Because then it's like, you know what I mean? It feeds into the belief. Like, and like, I mean, it works twofold. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a confidence builder, right? Like, hey, yeah, he's going with the ones now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that happens with Richardson. I feel like he's not. If we get into preseason and he's with the team ones, it's in a split. You know what I mean? Like splitting reps with the first teams. Like I think that we'll see that, but I think it's a Gardner Minshew week 1 job. I mean,
yeah, I think so too. It's just the writing is on the wall.
It's crazy because remember I told you I was up recording pretty much all night. Damn, my voice, you can hella tell. I was up to the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Bryce Young probably the guy I'd say has a shot at starting week 1. Over Richardson for sure.
What? Oh yeah, just them in general.
Yeah, between Bryce Young and Richardson. I think like if you were to look at a rookie QB, Bryce Young's probably the safer bet to get you, more playing time. You know what I mean? Like I think Bryce Young actually starts week 1, and I think that's because it's all the same. Everything I just said as far as Anthony Richardson, but the opposite for Bryce Young being NFL ready. You know what I mean? Like this kid's supposed to be super NFL ready. It's just the size. Is he smaller than Kyler?
I think they're the same size. I think they're both 5 feet.
5 feet, 5'11".
Well, I mean, yeah, like
5 feet, pretty small.
Not 6 feet is what I meant. Yeah, so he's 5'10". Is Kyler 5'11"?
I think so. Yeah, I don't think. Well, maybe Kyler. I don't know.
5'10" and 5'11" is the same to me in the NFL. You're just
okay. So he's taller than Kyler.
Well, he's 5'10", so let's see what Kyler.
Oh yeah, and if 5'11" is Kyler, that's right. And I think like
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they got Kyler listed at 5'10". I don't know, maybe because he got hurt, they just lowered him an inch. Deflate his ego a little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to. I swear, I was just about to say that.
Remind him, you are not super big time.
Hey, it's funny though, because now there's going to be 2 QBs out there where their helmet looks hella big on them. You know what I mean?
I know. It's like they're fucking got the big head code punched in on blitz.
For real, Yeah, because I think like the whole thing with Bryce Young is he showed up 20 pounds heavier at the combine. And it's like, oh, that's water weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready to take those hits. And speaking of hits, I'm gonna show. Or actually, well, we'll play that Amber song right now. But hey, what up, Peacock? I'm sending you some stuff right now, Peacock, that you requested. And
I gotta have something special for my man Peacock, man. When I see him there.
There we go. Peacock said I got an hour drive to work. All right. Let's wake and make it, bro. Yeah, Peacock still got a it's he's smart. He had his wife already send me the deposit because he doesn't have Apple Pay, but he had his wife send me the deposit, but he was like, I still got to convince her. He's like, but I want to lock in the spot, so
yeah, smart man.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna hug Peacock.
He said send him a bunch of pictures of the spot. So I sent you I think 10 photos outside, kind of the entertainment room and all that, but it's a huge ass spot.
Okay, now I just have to convince Clock.
Clock? Where is he? He was in here a little earlier. Hold on.
Clock, I know you're in here, man.
Hold on. Where
going to Vegas, man.
Clock, you gotta do it, bro. 782 days until retirement.
It's crazy because before we started doing this as a regular show, this time window was the times I would talk to Clock.
Yeah,
because it's like his time on the way up to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to try to get him. You know what I mean? Because my whole selling point is that. Because he goes to Vegas all the time. I think.
For sure. I always see pictures of him and his wife in Vegas.
Yeah, because his wife's from Vegas. You know what I mean? She got family there and whatnot, so they're there pretty often. You know what I mean? More often than the average, and they're coming from Seattle, so it ain't nothing but a hop skip. You feel me?
Gotta make it. Derek, yeah, I'll send you the pictures that I just sent Peacock right now. I mean, on the Airbnb site, there's 50 or 60 pictures. I didn't really send any of the bedrooms, but all the bedrooms are nice. But it's the outside area with the pool and all that, and then kind of some of the big area in the living room / the area by the kitchen and all that, where we're gonna be drafting, just kind of the open area in the main floor. And then I sent a bunch of pictures of the game room, because for sure a lot's gonna be going down in the game room.
Hell yeah, I'm playing Mortal Kombat. It's drop.
The Mortal Kombat tournament. That's the one that's gonna get wild. And Tino said I can make a sandwich and eat it in the pool. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna have any eating inside the pool.
I mean, I'll allow it. Well, we gotta read the pamphlet real quick. I gotta make sure, because then I don't want him to be the only one eating. I want to eat in the pool. I mean, I'm just some boss shit.
What up, Chaotic? And Chaotic, you gotta figure out how to get down there. You won't be the only lady there, that's for sure. Vanessa's gonna be there. She's gonna be doing the dab bar and stuff. And Peacock is he's working on getting his wife and his wife's sister to agree to staying in the mansion, but they should be around. I mean, they might go to the strip and stuff, but lounging by the pool and all that good stuff. Yeah, there we go. And Crispy said, if I do come, I have an issue with flying. Man, see, when are they just gonna come up with these crazy trains that just get to Las Vegas from everywhere around the country?
I know so Elon, our favorite Martian these days, I mean, he wanted to build that fucking bullet train from that goes up and down Cali. And then I know there was always talks of one that goes from LA to Vegas. You know what I mean? Or
I mean,
to
'cause could you imagine like LA or San Diego or whatever? You know, these are 4 to 6 hour like drives. But if you could just hop on a fucking train and get there in like 2 hours, hour and a half, you know, like
you
man,
get faded on the way up.
hell yeah, man! Like that would be fun. That would be fun.
I mean, that's my experience going to San Francisco Giants games. You know, we would take the Caltrain.
Okay.
So like that, you know, you can get on it from downtown San Jose and it rides you all the way up to right outside the Pac Bell Park.
So is that similar to the red trolley cars in
in Dago? Yep,
okay.
exactly. And they but it's a train, you know what I mean? But yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's not a trolley, but yes, it's similar as in they let you.
Well,
drink.
yeah. You know,
it's the culture.
It's just the public transportation within the city, like one of the public transportation options within the city.
Yeah, and this shit fucking. I mean, we just get faded. You know what I mean? And it's the 2-story joint. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I don't even know if like on those trolley, like on the trolley ones, if you can actually get faded.
Yeah. Well,
That's kind of like it's almost like a bus, like in San Diego. At least it's like
I want to say it's not like I would say it's one of those turn the other cheek things. It's just part of the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it also depends. Like you said, you're going to like a game. Most people going to the game are probably on the same time or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're hitting every stop. So it's like if we were to drive, it takes about 45 minutes. But the fact that we're drinking and then parking and stuff like that, taking a train and taking that 2 hours, it's more worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I have not taken that train like too often or the trolley, and just because it's a big fucking hassle, like a lot of times. And I remember one time we went to the Charger game, and like I was going with my friend who like. If we were driving, it's like a 5-minute drive. Like if that, we wouldn't even have to get on the freeway. But because of how crowded shit is, during the game,
you gotta take the scenic route.
So we were like trying to get on the trolley. It was only like $5 or whatever, like from where we were to get there is like nothing. And but it was like we were so close. It was like everyone from all the other stops kept filling it up, so we couldn't even get in. And then it just got to one point because they're coming like every 5 minutes, and we're just getting pissed because it's like been almost an hour and we can't get on one. I was like, I don't give a fuck how much room is in this next one. I'm getting on and I'm pushing my way in.
I just thought of something, bro. How tall is Crispy?
He's like 6'5".
And you can't teach that.
Yeah, that's why he don't want to fly, but he has to put the plane on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to put the plane on and shit. But you know what, Dad? You're gonna have to conquer some of your fears here, man.
Come on, Crispy. Come on, Crispy. We want to see you there, man. It is gonna be so fun. It is gonna be so fun.
And like, I'm sure there's direct flights. I mean, you know what I mean? It's Vegas. I mean, I
feel like unless you're
so fucking big too.
Unless
like
you're
Texas.
all the way on the East Coast, I feel like it's like very, very easy to find the direct flights because Vegas just has more flights than any city. Like in
Southwest, right? Like just fly Southwest. I'm sure Southwest will get you there. You know what I mean? Like,
Big Tons. He said, "I'll fly with you, Dad. I'll even hold your hand the whole time." Yeah.
Big Tons. There's another motherfucker. You got to put the plane on too. Two giants. If I saw them on the plane, I'd be like, I'll take the next flight. Like, what's the weight capacity here?
And what did he say? How much to sleep in my truck in the parking lot? Crispy.
I mean, if he gets him out there, he says he's gonna drive, right?
Crispy.
Is that what it is? He's gonna drive? It's like what, a 2-day trip.
No, I mean you could probably get from Texas to Vegas, and I mean it just depends on how long you're stopping and how long you.
I wonder what that route is. Does he has to go through Arizona? Like he has to get to Arizona. So where would he? I mean,
yeah, that's what I would assume, right? Like he would be in.
I don't know the fruit. I don't know.
Go west through New Mexico and Arizona, and then up to Vegas is what I would.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't know what it would be like going north and then trying to go west. Like just like a straight shot to Vegas. I have no idea how that shit would work. And Tino, he said, I got a parking pass for the Mandalay Bay for you, Uncle Crispy.
That's my birthday.
We know the part. I know the parking lots where you don't have to pay for parking. So if that's how you're really gonna do it, Crispy, we'll set you up with the parking lot casino that you can go stay in.
You know what's funny is remember how me and Kev, like we stayed at the Cosmo. His partner that came out there that does like their marketing and shit. He brought, he allegedly brought like the Paquitos because he drove, you know what I mean? And Kev was still like, hey, I gotta actually look into this too because I'm flying out of SAC. I want to make sure I ain't tripping, you know what I mean? I should be good, but it's like,
so you can have whatever the legal limit is in Cal, and that's 8 ounces. So you can have
good because after our conversation yesterday, we probably should have some zippers for people that want to buy it, but it's going to be at a premium rate. It will be at a premium rate. You know what I mean?
Well, I know. Well, it'll probably be at a discount compared.
It'll be at a discount, but it's still, a Cali premium. How about that?
That's what people got to remember. It's going to be at a discounted rate compared to if you went to a dispensary. But yeah, if you're used to getting like hella cheap stuff, it's not going to be that. But we're going to make sure that they hook us up to a point to where peeps can get hooked up.
So wait a second. So
Derek wants to take some finally.
People got to show me their ID, man. Where are you from? What state are you from? Oh, okay, yeah, because the mileage on this that is about to travel is gonna cost.
And BS said, "Man, y'all are tripping."
This is just we didn't say we were doing anything.
Yeah, these are just thoughts being kicked around.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like some good old thought soccer.
And Derek
said, I just made something up.
Fire, Ellis Green. See,
we were just playing thought soccer. That's all we were doing.
Oh shit! Big Ten said I'm actually going to be flying in from South Carolina. He said I could easily swing and grab Crispy. Because I forgot. Yeah, you said you're on a 10-day hiatus, then you're going out to South Carolina for the next job.
Okay, brilliant idea. Big Ten digs a tunnel all the way there. And then Crispy jump on one of them little bikes like El Chapo. A little dirt bike.
Oh, man. Fucking wild.
He's going to be on that dirt bike for about 3 days.
And Dennis said he wants him finally in Minnesota. I know, man. They're going to have to, they know that they got to expand to different states over time. It's just getting your shit so good in one state that you can actually do it.
When I was talking, they always like the opinion, right? Like, hey, so what do people say about it? Or what's the knock on it? Or what's the, you know what I mean? And I said, if there is a knock, I'd say that like when I first started pulling on the finally, it'd be like, damn, I want to take a nap. Fuck, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we wake up at 7 in the morning, start burning and shit. You know what I mean?
Nice. Big Ten starts a new job on Friday. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
He's gonna be there for like 3 weeks. Nice. And Zoo Crew said, so what's the law of flying with weed on planes? So pretty much, like here's just a specific story about me. 2 specific stories. One was I was flying from Las Vegas to Southern California.
And flying out, and you're flying into one of them smaller joints, right?
Yeah, flying out of Vegas, flying to Ontario, California. And really, you don't have to worry about where you're flying to. It's just where you're flying out of.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through the security check, and my shit gets pulled to the secondary. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Son of a Mitch.
They're looking through like stuff in my backpack, and then they open like my toiletries bag. I got my toothbrush in there, got the weed in there, got the joint papers in there.
What?
And then I got a big thing of toothpaste, and it's like a brand new, like full-size tube of toothpaste. And like they're pushing my weed out of the way. And I probably have like 3 to 4 ace like in there in like the like the glass, the little like glass
jars.
Like eighth jars, like that.
The little skateboard jars.
They were pushing the weed out of the way, and they're like, oh, this is what it is. It's a full tube of toothpaste. You can only have so many ounces. They were like, do you want to you want to go back through security, you could dump out like half of it and then you should be good. And I'm like, fuck it, just throw it away. Because I didn't even care about it. But like that's they cared about the weed so little, it's only a couple ace, but still.
Bro, that tube of toothpaste could have been plastic explosives, bro.
For reals, man. Like they were not worried about the weed there. And then another story is me.
They weren't worried about the bomb. They were worried about the bomb, man.
And then me going from Palm Springs back to Las Vegas, I went to the Hall of Flowers. And pretty much this is like a convention for everybody who, like the vendors, 9 times out of 10 have a flower brand or they have a dab brand, one of the two, a concentrate brand. And so literally people are going there to test out everybody's flower. They're just giving out free samples to everybody. They're giving out dab samples to everybody.
What?
If you did have to buy some, you would pay like $2 or $3 and that would buy you an eighth, or $2 or $3 and that would get you a gram of like $80, a gram like type of wax, shit. I probably had close to 8 ounces when I flew back and like 10 to 15, maybe even 20 grams of like dabs. Because when I was telling everybody that I had a YouTube channel and that I'm going to be doing a bunch of strain reviews, people were hooking me up like nobody's fucking business. Like that was one of those times. Like I had so much shit that I like, so much weed and jars and all this, that I was legit about to start throwing away some of my clothes just so I could fit like all the weed in my bag.
Not the Robert Grahams.
It definitely wasn't going to be the Robert Graham. It would have been a t-shirt or something, or maybe some sweat.
Okay, all right.
Question. A lot of space.
Okay. All those grams of concentrated tree or the Robert Grahams.
Man, I mean, it was way worth more than $400 what I would have paid for that shirt. But the only Robert Graham shirt that I would bring would be able to roll up hella small. So like, I mean, it wouldn't, because I brought a short sleeve Robert Graham shirt.
That would have been the moment. I would have been like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear every piece of article of clothing I have in this bag to put it on.
Fuck, it was so hot. It was so hot in Palm Springs, I would have died.
I would have done it for the weed.
And Peacock said, yeah, they're pretty strict with liquids. That's what it is. Like, you can't, like, don't have, like, a bottle of water in there. Like, don't have nothing like that. Because you'll make it through security.
Yeah, don't have no crazy, like, straight blade razor or something. Like, even though you're like, oh, that's how I shave. It's like, listen, motherfucker, what is this, the 1930s? Like, but it's like, it's stuff like that. That's what they're tripping off of. Don't have no box cutters.
Because most of the places where weed has been legalized now, like I'm not telling people in Texas or Minnesota, to come fly with anything like on the way back. But if you live in a place where it's 100% legal already, like California and New York, they already said they're not tripping on weed anymore. Like their dogs do not sniff for weed anymore. Like unless you have some insane amount. That like, where they're going to call the cops. They're not.
I would still, flying back home to places that aren't legal. I'm still trying to stash it somewhere in my bag, like nice and tucked away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's laxed. Like it's not like you're going through the TSA in Nevada and they're like, you're going to Texas, aren't you?
No.
You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Hold on. Look in his bag.
Yeah, they don't even look at where you're fucking going.
No, you just go through the TSA and you go to your fucking thing. And because when you pass through there, you're golden. And like, I mean, shit, look, I came back, I came back with maybe like some assorted goodies, probably like a half zip when I came back from November.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? It was in my carry-on.
Yeah.
I actually was in my little, what is it called? Remember the Tikal hats came with like little backpacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just had all my shit in that backpack.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason. There's no reason.
Yeah, it was basically a backpack full of paraphernalia and flour.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and they were more so tripping off looking inside my fucking shoe and shit. It's like, damn, like sure. I was. Did that ever happen to you? They'd be like, "Oh, come to the side." So that happened to me. I was standing there in my socks and shit. I'm like, "Yo, bro, can we have to run your shoes again." What the fuck? I'm like, all right, whatever, do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's it's just a way cooler time that we're living in, like right now. And I remember I've been
traveling with weed for like the last fucking since 2010.
Here was a crazy ass story about Hess, and really just about like someone stupid, and not even that crazy. It's just like someone being an asshole at the airport. And he's because he's always flying, with weed. He's cannabis guardian angel, like he's gonna help. And he said that there was someone in front of him who's getting bitched at by TSA or like whatever, and they're not letting him on. I don't even remember what the fuck was.
Yeah, it was something about like I think I forget. It was something about like his flight, or he might have even been intoxicated. That's what it was.
I really don't remember, but he was like, "Man, why are you fucking with me?" He's like, "This guy right here smells like a whole bunch of weed, and you're not even messing with him." And Des is like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, rat. First of all, rata, and then the bitch got to correct him. She goes, "Sir, it's legal." You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dumbass?
Yeah, and so that's what's cool, man. Like, no one is fucking with you for smelling like weed like anymore. Like,
you want to know what's so crazy about weed, bro? Is like weed. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like when you get into like the metrotons of weed and shit like that, like shit that or like the big grow facilities where you got the fools with the AKs outside as guards and shit, right? But it's like, there's not the violence. Weed calms people down. The people that use weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I bet you like the airport, like places like, because I hate JFK. I've been there like maybe 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. It gets to 6, right? Because you fly in and out type of shit.
Yeah.
But like, and it was always a bitch in JFK, right? It's probably hella more lax now. I mean, like in the past 13 years of me flying here and there out of the Bay, it's just hella laxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm carrying all my shit with me. I'm putting it in the bin. When the fucking case. I'm infamous for not checking in. Like, if I can, I'm just gonna carry everything on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm just in and out smooth. You feel me? Like, that's why I was like, man, because Kev, remember the fact that I was thinking like, but it was a big old paquito.
BS Barbarians at JFK still sucks. I mean, is it because
at least the people are high now? I'm assuming. But it still is New York. New York is rude as fuck.
I mean, it's really just New York in general that I think sucks. Like when I've only been there once. We went to Manhattan. And it's like crazy. I mean, it was during the summer, so of course it's crazy fucking hot, crazy fucking muggy.
It's musty out there in the summer.
Millions of people walking. Everybody's a tourist. So like that was.
I'm walking here.
The dopest thing about going to Manhattan. Do you remember WWF New York? I got to go to that shit before they closed that shit down. So I'm like, that was cool.
They had like a prime spot because remember it was like
whoa. I mean, they were right in Times Square.
Yeah, it was like what's that shit called? The TRL shit.
Yeah.
I remember walking outside that shit and like there's an Italian restaurant over there I ate at and had some fire ass chicken carb, bruh, right? But anyways, I remember just watching that shit because it was from like a second story window, and it was still like old school, bro. People were still gathering out there. I mean, do they still have that Times Square shit there for the MTV? No, huh?
I have no idea. I doubt it. Like I don't know.
Because this is like 2011. What I'm talking about.
I went there in 2001. Like we were there crazy because we were there 1 month before 9/11 happened. That shit was wild.
Damn, I'm trying to remember the last time I've been out that way. In 2012.
And Clock said, I'm always afraid my bags will get detected for explosives because when I use my bag, I travel for work. But so far, it surprisingly hasn't. Okay.
But then it's like they pull him off to that side, right? Then he pulls out that special forces. And sorry, sir. I wasn't aware you were the best of the best of the best, sir. With honors.
and
Clock,
Clock,
we're going to Vegas, Clock.
and congrats, Clock. He's like almost within 2 years of retiring. That's big time.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy because I swear, like last year, he was like, I'm almost within 2 years. He's like, hey, but you know what though?
Well, I mean,
but he can't exactly tell me the exact. You know
well,
what
and
I'm
it's
saying?
probably well, it's been within a year. If what you're saying, so if it was like
Oh yeah,
less than 3 years, it's still less than 3 years now. It's just
I know Clock since 2020, right? But you know what though? Here's the thing though. I know if Clock told me, like Clock would tell me, like you know, like there's certain things he tells me. Otherwise, he would have to kill me.
He gave the exact number of how many.
I'm just telling you, though, like if he told me, like, hey, you might have to kill us all if we know now, bro.
You know what drop we got to get for Clock? Hold on. This is the drop that we got to get for Clock. Hold on. I know that we've done this before, but here we go. Hold on.
Is it going to be inside the cave? Ace, no, you don't understand. Burton Quint is a very powerful man. Worry not, my brother.
Everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. Oh, with every move he makes, a chance he takes. I thought you won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, giving you one number and taking away from you.
Like the fantasy football secret agent man.
He's always on time.
And Derek said, I fly out of Philly. I've been flying with it so far, but it's legal in Philly too. Exactly. So they're not going to be fucking with you because it's legal.
There's
fun with weed from San Diego to Kalamazoo, but I sewed it into my dog's toys, you fucking savage. And they said that he's always flying with us, but thinking about bringing some out. But I don't want to get fucked.
But well, see, that's my thing though. Is like I always felt like
legal in Michigan. You're good. Okay.
Like when it comes to like stashing it into things, like whenever you're trying to do it, I never was a fan of like, okay, here's a teddy bear or like a toy or like, you know what I mean? Because then it's like when it goes through that machine, that's just too obvious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I used
that's
to
what
do?
It is. The X-ray machine can pick up everything.
Yeah.
So really, like if they were looking for it, it would flag it.
Yeah.
Looking for it.
You know what I used to do? I used to just roll up a pack of pre-rolls and put them in a cigarette box. Like, you know what I mean?
Big Ten said that 7 is insane right now. It's because there's a lot of shit talking about who's going to win the championship. Everyone's fucking talking bad shit.
Everyone starts peeing hella far.
Jay McNally
contest.
He's one of the ones stirring up the shit. I mean, Big Tons, is too. But Jay McTown, he messaged me and he was like, he was like, that I'm just like, like this is just good like fantasy banter, right? I'm not like trying to cause drama. And I was like, no, man,
it's totally different. Even like, I mean, I threw in a little jabs. I was like, oh, he sure is the graceful champion, and he just, like laughed at my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. And we had the back and forth, but also like it's funny because we have DM before, like, bro, I don't even know you like that. You don't know me and this and that. And then it's like, yeah, that's cool. Then later on we get into it again. Fuck you, motherfucker. Then he's like, I'll burn down in the house. Like, okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. And then it's funny because it all came down to me and him, for a trip to the chip and a fatal late swap on a Thursday night for a fucking Ryan Neal in the Seahawks for taking out Rayshawn Jenkins was the stupidest shit I ever did.
Yeah. And BS said I went to Texas with Tree and Mexico. Yeah, for sure. Because when you get over there, it's not like they're checking your bags once you get there, like just walking out. And he said electronics, liquids, and metal they're tripping on. And just like any big bag of anything, because one time I got flagged for having like an entire thing of like baby wipes, just like a brand new like pack. with my sticker like pulled to the side. So like even if you're traveling with a baby and you got a full thing of baby wipes, you put that in its own fucking tray. Like
man, listen, man, traveling with children is the worst because they go through everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like that shit's like and having them baby bags.
You bring in some little tiny little thing of baby wipes.
You seen me in the 3-dimensional world with the whole clan. You know what I mean?
You got fork. That's why I'm not having that many kids. It's just a lot of stuff you gotta have.
See, when and you see me in Disneyland, and hold on, we gotta tell this story. Hold on, bro.
Big Tons, your friend is a fucking savage. He said my best friend snuck in like 40 hits of acid in their bookmark to Costa Rica one time. Savage.
That's crazy. I mean, and then there's like, I remember I don't even know, there's a science to it, but like, I remember, I heard this from one of the homies back in the days, like, you know what I'm saying? You spray with some Windex, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that the outside of the wrapping or whatever it is you're trying to hide, right? Because it got ammonia in it, you know what I mean?
So
it's like, I guess dogs are supposed to like mistake it for piss, because you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because that's when they train the dogs, like, like I mean, like they have all different kind of dogs, right? Cadaver dogs, you know what I'm saying? They have them motherfuckers smell dead stuff all day, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? So, but anyways, fucking these dogs still got to be commanded anyway. You know what I mean? There's been times where I jump off a plane and there's dogs there, you know what I mean? Which is like, you know what I'm saying? But you walk right by them, they gotta be have already commanded and looking for whatever it is they're looking for. You know what I mean? You better hope you don't got it.
A lot of times it's really just like some people may just start tripping, right? Like, and just being super obvious, with anything just because the dogs are around.
Just start mopping.
I feel like that's just a huge part of like the dogs in general. Like if you're doing something dirty, that just might make you hella nervous seeing those dogs.
You definitely couldn't be like Flavor Flav or something like that, right? Remember Flavor Flav in the 90s? He got popped. He had like a quarter brick in his pocket.
Savage. Yeah.
But he was like riding a bike like through New York. I think he might even been like Manhattan or something, bro.
Yeah.
And he was like, he had like a yellow spandex and he had like a whole yellow getup. I don't know if it was spandex, but like he had like a whole, he has a brick on, or he had like a quarter chicken on him. Hey man, hold on. So anyways, we're going to Vegas. It's my son's birthday and his husband's birthday. Disneyland. Sorry, that's my Disneyland, huh? Anyways, we're going to the Disneyland, right? And I like references in this story because we done won hella Super Bowls. And what do you do when you go to the Super Bowl? You go to Disneyland or some form of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we fucking go. And I ain't been out in the wild in a minute. This is my first like real out in COVID, like, doing like masses type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, like going somewhere where it's like, well, nobody's wearing a mask. Like it was like a trip. We're in Disneyland. But we were, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, fucking one, I asked Huss where, because Huss, he's like, you're coming from Dago, so you get there like 10 in the morning or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm right across the street, but I've been trying to leave since like 9 in the morning. You know what I mean? And then you tell me, I asked you, where's the best place to park? You tell me the best place to park. We end up parking on some whatever thing she fucking looked up. You know what I mean? But then we had to take a bus from there. You know what I mean? Those buses that go back and forth all the time.
Yeah, the trams, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the taking apart of the things and all that over and over was annoying, right?
Oh yeah.
And then like we get there, then we gotta walk a little bit. And then we're going through the security again and the taking apart of all this shit again. And by this time it's like 12:30ish, like almost 1, right? And I'm like, so we're going through the security thing. And you know what I'm saying? I just, I'm putting the fucking stroller back together and this and that. And the guy goes like this. The security comes, they already had checked me. Security goes, check this guy again. Check his bag again. And I'm wearing the baby bag and it matches me though. You know what I'm saying? It's a big, because I'm fly.
And you guys all have the shirts on. Disneyland Dad. Disneyland
we all got the family shirts. Thank you. This is important. We all got the family shirts on us. And all fucking, it's the Disney like lettering, but mine says daddy. My girl says mommy. My son says son and birthday boy on the other side. And then my daughter, then there's little sister or baby sister and his sisters, right? 6 of us. Clearly looks like I'm smuggling dope. You know what I mean? Clearly. He's like, search him again. Search his bag again. And the guy, here's the thing. The guy who was searching me, he starts chopping it up with me like Niner stuff. Cause I got a Niner hat on. And the dude's cool, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he's a white dude, looked like maybe like 30s. So he could have been like early 20s, you know what I mean? But he was like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking a little bit. He's like, United fan, like, yeah. And he's like, we're chopping it up. I go through. Then the guy to the head of security tells that same guy, hey, search him again. You know what I mean? And it's like, he's going through my bag again. But now the bags that was in there, you know what I'm saying? Like my girl's makeup bag specifically. Now he pulls that out and opens that this time. And then, not even without hiding it, it's like, you know what I mean? A couple carts, fucking, what is it called? And 2 canisters of 20-pack pre-rolls. And there were cookies too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going to give one to Hus for his birthday. And like the last time I had been to Disneyland, they didn't outlaw cigarette smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because so it's like we would just go smoke weed in the cigarette smoking sections. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking the same thing. So I just have it in there, bro. And he just, I gotta take it, bro. I'm like, it's not even open. I gotta take it, bro. I'll put it. He's like, unless you put it back in the car, but we're gonna search you again when you come back in, so you can't try to go out, try to hide it. And I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, it's not open, bro. And then I'm like, all right, screw it. He takes it, right? Then he's like, these 2, bro. And I'm like, nah, that's makeup. And he's like, nah, these are Stizzy carts, bro. And he's like, look. Then he goes, look, I would totally hang out with you if this wasn't work. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't, bro. So you telling me you're just about to go smoke all my shit? I said that. My girl's like, just let's go. And I'm like, no, hold on. I'm like, hold on. What time you get off? I'm like, what if you hold my shit? Like, I'm still trying to take my stuff. This is the happiest place on earth, my ass. And then 5 minutes from that, so now it's the first time I meet Hus. I'm hot. But I feel like I've known you forever already. This is the first time we ever met in physical realm. And he's just like, I'm just like, and when the Hus is walking up to me, this fucking kills me. He's walking up and he's wearing a Cheech and Chong shirt. I got it with all history.
I'm wearing the Cheech and Chong shirt. The guy's talking to me. He was like, hey, Cheech and Chong. And I was like, you know it. And he was like, you know he was like, you know how he got the name Cheech, or I forget what it was. They called them.
You know how he got the nickname Cheech?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when he was a baby, he looked like a chicharron.
Well, that's what, his uncle said. His uncle would call him a chicharron, and then they just kept calling him Cheech after that. Yeah, and my stuff was in this, and which we got to get a new one. Hopefully Hess and these guys have been stepping it up. Amura. So it was like all the flour was in like these little like joint things. It was like, and it's like
I would love if they update that thing.
What?
If they update that thing where the cartridge that you fill with the flour, I would like it that it's like some type of metal thing or whatever that slides in and out. It's not disposable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like because I always liken those Amiras to like mini remember the volcanoes?
Yeah.
That would fill the bags.
Uh-huh.
It reminds me of those, but like handheld. So it's like, and those things had a little cartridge thing. You'd fill it up and then dispose of the fucking, you dispose of the soulless flour. Like, what do you call that after the vaporize, the vapor poo?
The trash.
The vape poo.
And Yeah, I mean, it was awesome having that specifically. Haven't really necessarily been able to use it since, but yeah, the dopest thing, it's like actual flower that's in there, so it's not like we're hitting carts or whatever. We're hitting the actual tree.
Oh, you know what's crazy though? Here's one thing though, is
And Derek's dying over here. Happiest place on earth, my ass.
I was in there hot, and like, and literally when I walked away, I was so hot because I had a cart in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like I had two stizzes on me, the two batteries. You know, I have to be prepared because one dies. You know what I mean? So, and he couldn't take the batteries for me, right?
Yeah.
But I had one with a cart on it, a fresh one, and it was a grab joint. And that was in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you remember, I think I was wearing, oh yeah, I was wearing the fucking the Disney thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, right. But yeah, I'm thinking like I'm just hella nonchalant. I got that one in my pocket, but they never, you know what I mean? When I took everything out of my pocket, I didn't take that out. So at least I have my cart. Cause that saved me, bro. You know what I mean? Because they took my other 3 carts I brought. Cause you know I like to bring flavors, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, I mean, yeah, that's what's kind of crazy when you're going through security. Like you can, I mean, if you have stuff that they're about to be searching, you can get away with things in your pocket. Like I remember when we went to
Going into town,
I was like, yes, put the shit in your jacket pocket.
because
like, I didn't have a big ass jacket like him. Well, I mean, not with big ass.
And we had a zip. We legit had like a half zipper, or like maybe even a zip of shrooms on us. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like this ain't no regular like pocket stash. You know what I mean? Like
so he gets it in there all in his pocket, and he's like, "Oh man, what the fuck?"
Man, I got a story about that too.
Give it to him last second, and they get rid of all his shit. They're looking at it, you know, and then everything, and like, you know, they took whatever couple joints
because they said put it on the table. There was a little table thing, whatever it had, put it on a thing. You know what I mean? Or have it in your hands. When I walked up, I didn't have everything in my hands, man, because I was in the back. I was like in the back of like the 6 or 7 of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, well, I wasn't all the way in the back because this. So here's my story. This shit pissed me off because shout out to my man AG, my young boy, but he came out and party with us, and he's thinking like I'm with some bosses. He's hella wet behind the ear. He ain't never been out and partied in Vegas like that. You know what I mean? He picked me up from the airport. I'm on shrooms. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We get right to the bungalow. I change. Within 5 minutes, we're in and out. But within that 5 minutes, you know, you pass me a bag of shrooms. I start eating some, put a bunch in my pocket, and I hand him a bag. And he goes, will I just grab some? I'm like, yeah, just grab like a handful. You know what I mean? So he grabs like, you know, like this. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then you know, we're all taking off. And he's like, so, did you eat, like, how much did you eat right now? I was like, oh, I'm already cool. I'm like, I'm just going to microdose the rest of the night. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be drinking. You know, I'm already knowing. He's like, well, I ate all that. And I'm like, you're about to have hella fun, bro. Like, and he gets down, you know, because he was my neighbor for hella years. You know what I mean? So and during quarantine, like, we would just sit there and just eat hella mushrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he used to be like on the side hella time when I used to do that Friday show on that other channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would just be on the side, like off camera all the time, just burning. You know what I mean? Like, he was the only fool I kicked it with during those times, for real. You know what I mean? But anyways, so we in there, we're shrooming, bro, and he's tripping because he's tripping on whether he's gonna get in or not.
Yeah.
Oh, here, hold on. Important part of the story. Before we leave, is all the shit, all the swag bags, so that Huss hit me with right when I walked through the door. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, not right when I walked through, but right I got there. You know what I mean? So I'm like going through it, and I'm like, yes, the Highsman. So I grabbed like a couple of the Highsman apes because I'm like, I want to pull on one somewhere during the night, right?
Yeah.
And then and I give one to AG, or I give the other 2 apes to AG. And because I have like a whole hella shit, right? So I'm like, cool, let's bring a half with us. You know what I mean? Right? Like normal shit, right?
Yeah.
Like there's 4 apes, right? And he just has it in his pocket. And when they say put, you know, everything you got in your pockets on the table, he puts all that on the table. And then they take and he goes, oh, bro, he's like, you didn't tell me. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't tell me? I'm like, you saw us all stashing everything away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm like, he took all the eyes. Because the thing was like, I didn't get to try the Highsman yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just excited. Like, yeah, I'm going to try Ricky Williams weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Still
right.
haven't tried the Heisman yet.
Then we just had to do more shrooms. That's what, you know.
Yeah, fuck it. And it was fucking open bar. It was like, oh shit, word.
Yeah.
I probably should have known that.
That shit was so funny. Like, man, I remember that. And Buggy's like, "Oh, let's go! I got the first round." You know, like, all right, we're about to get fucked up.
Well, you know, that's my move. Is by the first round.
Yeah, and so funny because like,
okay,
man,
look at this. I gotta explain this move real quick before you tell the story. This is the move.
You just tell the story because you were the one. Who
well, here's the move. If you're going out, it don't matter how, you know what I mean? Like, anytime I went out, say I'm 5 deep, right? We're going out with 5 deep, and we're not getting bottles. We're just going to buy drinks, right? All right, fuck it. I can get the first round. Because this first round, I'm going to do it right. What you want? We're all getting a shot. Which one? You want a beer too? Mixed drink? Boom, boom, boom. Wow, give me the first round. It's on me. Because now I'm about to remind you when you're up.
Yeah.
Hey, Red, this one's on you. Because now we had 5 successful rounds, and it's the key to getting drunk on a budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You really only paid for yourself one time.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Or 5 times, I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, let me get the first round, right? And we go over there, and then we're ordering, you know, and like, you know, I'm ordering moderate for me, right? At least, you know, I'm getting my double fisted thing going, you know what I mean? And then fucking, you know what I mean? Hey, what y'all want? And then like, I'm like, how much is it, boss? And then the dude was like, he's saying something, I can't hear him, it's hella loud, bro. And then fucking, you know what I mean? Hess is like, was it you or Hess? He's like, bro, what the fuck? He's like, I bought out the bar. You know?
Yeah,
oh no, it was Hess. He said we bought the bar out.
Yeah.
That was what was taking so long when we were in the front. Remember how we were waiting in the front for a long ass time?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? Like we already talked, we saw him go in and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he was taking care of. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be open bar. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we fall off in it. So I'm like, fuck it. But then like, you know, then I start getting drunker and now I'm just but then hold on, this was dope too. I tipped this motherfucker $40. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I come back now because then he was just like, he was being real generous with them because they were only supposed to do like, that's the thing too, they weren't giving shots. It was the fucking where they throw like an ice cube in it.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, but he'd be like, make mine a double. So I'm just fucking around. I'm walking with the two double shots, like, you know, I'm holding it in one hand, it's like stacked on each other. And I'm just sipping them, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know what I mean? I remember kids like, man, we got a whole night. He's like, you gonna take those back to back? Like, hey. That was like, good thing he said that to me though.
Yeah.
Like, I was about, you know what I mean? You can't get it. I'm like 30 minutes off of a plane, you know what I mean? We just took one, and then when I found out it was open bar, I was like, yeah, let's go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We went back, man, took another one. And then I'm like, all right, let's go. Let me get my to-goes. You know what I mean?
And the funnest part I still feel about that whole thing was like Mike Tyson's there. Hess got to like hang out with them for a little bit. But the funniest thing is Mike Tyson's like little speech. He was like, what's up, guys?
Hold on. But his speech, like an hour after he ate the mushrooms that we sent his way.
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, guys, really appreciate you coming out, supporting Tyson 2.0. And he was like, you know, the guys.
I'm supposed to say something.
The guys who do Tyson 2.0, they're so great. You know, like they want me to come up here and like tell you, you know, this whole big thing. But I'm just fucked up right now. And like, yeah, we're just gonna.
And everyone goes crazy.
And everybody just.
Right when he said that shit, everyone went crazy. You can even hear Ric Flair. He was close enough that you could hear his woo coming off of Mike's mic. You know, woo! I'm just so fucked up right now. Bro, like, oh shit, we're with fucking Iron Mike, bro.
That shit was fucking
in the presence of the champs.
It's crazy right? Because like within a year, I've been in Mike Tyson's presence like 2 times. Never got a chance necessarily, you know, to hang out and talk with him for like any amount of time, but being close enough to touch him. And you see everybody fangirls out for him like crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody does. That's why it's hard to get close to them. If it's any kind of thing where people have access, all the boys turn into fangirls and like they want to get a picture with the champ. Like
We almost got to get Peacock to make us like some Mike Tyson shirts with like some toads and shit, like something dope where like if he sees you, he's like
what up, real deal? And James, he said, I got here just in time for the awesome story. Hell yeah, man. That was good times.
Oh yeah, no. Hold on. Then fucking no, this is the funniest though, because then it's like, okay, yeah, we're doing a pod when we get back. We get back, it's like 4 in the morning. So with that, and then we immediately start drinking. You know what I mean? Boom, we got some motherfuckers got we all even Huss got a cup, like, oh shit, he's keeping it going too. You know what I mean? And then it's like an hour to set up because we're just fucking that's how we are. Yeah, so we're going on 5 in the morning live. And it's funny because motherfuckers is like, they're all the Crispies, everybody, they're getting up and they're like, these fucking guys.
Like, what the fuck are these guys doing awake right now?
And that's why we do the morning show till this day.
Yeah. Marty said, what happened to the Tyson 1? And James said Tyson probably smoked Tyson 1.0. No, so here's what it was. He had, the brand was called Tyson Ranch. And it was really weird the way that they marketed.
They were marketing like it was going to be like not only like products and flour and concentrates, but it was also going to be CBD. And not only that, it was going to be like a whole facility / resort. Like they were marketing like it was a resort you can go stay at, remember?
Everybody only thought that it was the resort and like, this whole Tyson Ranch getaway where there's a whole bunch of weed you get to smoke.
But then you would watch the podcast though, right? You would watch the pod and think like, because they would all be burning with Mike, all the guests. And if not, Mike's big burning nonstop. So I was always thinking, and they would be giving fools giveaways. Yeah, take some. You know what I mean?
But so
and so I was thinking like, oh, this is ranch where they're growing hella indoor and like, you know what I mean? And then you could stay there because he was saying there was like a man-made lake. Like it was like a fucking legend.
It was pretty much a big failure, is what it was. And then he got connected up with
Trust Capital.
Well, no, not right away.
Oh,
so
not yet. Okay.
This dude Adam, I don't know what he necessarily goes by, but yeah, he's the one who like had the idea for like the Mike Bites, and they got Holyfield on board, with all that shit. And so like right out of the gate, I mean, they came out with flour eventually, but it was just like a grand slam home run when they came out with the Mike Bites. And so like ever since then, like that was Tyson 2.0 was the Mike Bites. That's just the second version of him trying to get this cannabis brand, to go. And since then, like Trust Capital has got involved, and he's one of the big investors in Tyson 2.0. And Tyson 2.0, it's under a bigger holdings company, but now it's like they got multiple celebs under. I mean, they got the Ric Flair Woo Chews, and then he's got his brand of tree as well. And now they just signed Hulk Hogan now.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, so it's crazy what they got going on. James said, are y'all running any of these poodle drafts on Underdog? I'm in Vegas, so I can't do Underdog in Vegas. We do have the Underdog promo. If you have not used Underdog, use the promo code Hustler, and they will match however much money you throw down up to 100. But James, you got to get into some of the best ball drafts with us. We've got over 600 teams that have already drafted, and we're filling up 5 divisions right now. So each division is more often than not a movie.
Man, that casino's moving. Hell, that casino division's slow.
Yeah, there's some that
beat it up
than others for sure.
I'm like, come on.
We're filling up the Flintstones draft. We got 6 spots left. That's a slow draft. We're filling up the Rugrats slow draft. We got 9 spots left over there. We're filling up the Grandma's Boy slow draft. We got 8 spots left over there. We're filling up the Fast and the Furious fast draft. We got 7 spots left over there. And in honor of Division 55, Back to the Future Part 2 slow draft is Division 55. That one's a popular one. We only got 5 spots left in that one. It's also a slow draft.
Steamboat wants in on some of these.
Yeah.
I told him to holler at you.
Yeah.
I was like, just holler at him direct, bro. I'm like, we're filling up every day.
Yeah. This is a good time to, especially if you play in super flex leagues. I know that a lot of the underdog tournaments are
Whack.
super flex as well. I mean, hey, you know.
No, I just listen. I never had success.
If I could play, if I was in a state where I could play, I would. I might, you know, we'd still be doing.
I play when they give me money. You know what I'm saying? When Super Draft was giving us money, I was fucking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, babe. I still need to give my money about those motherfuckers, man. Oh shit. I got $400 in there. I gotta do that. That's free money right there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not.
Well,
free.
I mean, I can't. It was from the
more money.
It was all from the initial whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it's free money because you made. Yeah, like I mean.
Yeah, and then but still, I never even recouped any of that fucking those bonus monies or whatever. So if they were able to give me that too, that's more than the
who knows about
my playing account.
Super draft is all fucked up now. Like, yeah, so I mean, you should be able to get because that money in there was cash. Like, I mean, that was cash deposited. That should be good to pull out. It was the other shit that's an issue to pull out. And,
what are they gonna write? What are they gonna write me, an e-check or something?
No, it should just get deposited into your bank.
Back to the whatever account. I mean, whatever card I used.
Well, it's either that
it was an account, but yeah,
whatever account you got linked up to it. Yeah. And James said, "What platform are you running these drafts on? Sleeper, baby, on Sleeper.
The only one."
Yeah. And Tino said, "I rolled a 16.2 second blunt. I've been training." You better, because if you're going to be in the 420 Olympics, I mean, we're going to have the fastest joint rolling.
I mean, he is the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors.
Office said all these WWE wrestlers need herb for the rest. The wrestling joints. Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah! I mean, look at us. You thought before me and us were doing this fantasy content, bro. We were hitting the indie circuit, bro. We were the killer tag team.
Yeah, they weren't ready.
Yeah, Hus used to pick me up on the side of him like this, right? I would like this, like a log, and he would batter like a battering ram, right into someone's guttery. That was our finishing move.
All right, James said, "Say less." All right, let me see.
Oh, that's not Jamie. That's James.
Yeah, this is
because I was going to say Jamie. I was like, ain't Jamie in a bunch of them? That's okay. Yeah, James. Welcome, James. Let's join.
Yeah, I can't remember if he found us from like music on the channel and then popped over here, but he was doing a dab, and I was like, "Look, James, you got to sign up and join the 420 crew, so you can be throwing in the dab emojis, the Jerome Baker bong emojis, and we keep letting us know like how we're. Anytime you're smoking at home, you use the emoji, and then that's how you know how we're smoking it up. All right,
you feel me?
How do you add fucking people on here? Yeah. Let me see.
Oh shit! It was a fucking it was a food truck horn. I was like, no fucking way. The where it's like the mariachi one.
Uh-huh.
How did that song go? And never mind. I digress. I was about to run out there and be like, "You got tamales?"
All right, let's see. I
want crazy.
Yeah, I still don't know how to friend on here, but I sent you a message on there. That'll at least kick it off. Yeah, $10 buy-in, and James, I'm just a pothead fantasy football junkie. This is a place to be. You're damn right. Like, man, that's
you found us. You've been looking all this time.
Literally,
you may rest now. You found us.
Literally been my entire life for damn near 20 years. I mean, the weed a lot longer than fantasy football, but I've been playing fantasy football since 2006, and The reason why I wanted to create content was because everybody that I was listening to, really just like the first kind of podcast that I found out about, the fantasy footballers, the ESPN shit, is more for entertainment than anything because I've always played in Superflex IDP. So their content's not even like tailored towards like the type of leagues that I play in, you know, and then like BDGE and the IDP guys, like those are some of the early like iterations of podcasts.
Hey, I remember the IDP guys. They were on FNTSY radio.
Okay. And they suck, like in my opinion, like just listening to them. And it's still not content catered towards like the leagues that I was in, you know, like most people, they're just talking the single QB. The IDP guys, I stopped listening to them because I was like, every time I listen to these motherfuckers talk, is like, man, do these guys
pollute your thought? It would pollute your train of thought.
Well, and it would be like, do these guys even watch football? You know, like, are they just like reading stats? Like, and that's it.
Okay.
Like, I hate shit like that. And so, like, that's why we started doing this shit. Well, me, anyways, and then me and Bogey, you know, met through a mutual someone who's not really around anymore in anything we're doing. And but yeah, like we were vibing this way to where like, yeah, we smoke a lot of weed, we beat people in fantasy football a lot. And
and fantasy gods don't like arrogance.
But we play in a lot of leagues though, and like when you play in a couple leagues, you may win one, you may win two, and you feel great. But like organizing all these leagues, and I mean, I think last year I won 7 championships, you know, and that was the most, you know, in one season, like to date. Like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. And let me see. And James said, I'm sick of all the nerds who try to make best ball videos and don't even watch sports and treat it like day trading. He said they're fucking up the vibes. Exactly. And that's why we hope that people find us.
That's why I don't fuck with Underdog. Underdog is like, it's like lottery for real, but but instead of picking numbers, you pick players. You know what I'm saying? Versus like, you know, I like, even when I played DFS period, like I was always gravitating towards the tournaments versus the cash games.
Timo said that you and Bogey meet through the same pirate. Yeah. But really, it was me finding the show and then being like talking about weed shit, you know, in the chat. And my name was Fantasy Football Hustler. And Bogey's like, well, we need to fuck with the Fantasy Football Hustler.
I was like, we got to bring him on. I was like, where are you from? I was like, where are you from? Put it in the chat. And he's like, he's from Cali. I was like, oh yeah, bring him on. And then like when we brought you on, you know what I'm saying? Because now, you know, the pirate guy whose name we won't say, this guy, like, he starts, hey, look at this guy's channel, check him out. We're gonna go on his show. And I'm like, hell yeah, this dude's. Then I tell him, because at that point, bro, this dude. Like, I mean, the show was basically about getting inebriated on a Friday. You know what I'm saying? When it boiled down to, and we would talk fantasy or whatever. But it was also because that show, to me, when I got on the show, was because it was quarantine, and so it really made that. It had we had this brotherhood, like me, Clock, Peacock, you know, J Love, you know what I'm saying, Gemmo, you know what I'm saying, and then. After that first year, and then, you know, and then the pirate guy, but then after that first year, you know, he would always bring on guests. But then now it's like every guest, he's like, you're a part of this shit now.
Yeah.
And like, you want to be a part of it. And then like, I'd be like, hold on, I'd be like, hold on, we're not accepting apps right now.
Well,
we're not taking applications. Like, I would always, and then I'd be like, then I say, man, out of all the motherfuckers you be trying to bring in, you need to bring in this dude. I'm like, he's us. You know what I mean? This was after you had already rocked with us like a handful of times. You know what I mean? I was like,
because in the beginning, I said I want to feel it out first. You know, before.
Okay. So he probably did try to bust the low right in the beginning.
Yeah, he asked me right away, and I was like, I gotta.
He would ask people on live.
Yeah,
you want to be a part of the grid, want to be a part of the gang, man.
Yeah,
like this guy's crazy. And I used to always be like, man, like I would tell him to, I'd be like, man, that's why. First of all, I always treated it like I treated the music, how we made music, bro. You don't just fuck with anybody. Like, you can collab with people, but like, when it comes to like rocking with someone like in the long way, you got to be vetted. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a process thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then it's also a real thing when you just immediately click with foods on a different level, and it's like generationally, it immediately happened with me, Clock, Peacock, and Jimmo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why it was like, you know what I mean? When me and you, we had a show over there. Remember? Yeah. That show was tight. We had all the names come on that show. Cause I was like, you know what I mean? It was nothing. I was just messing. Here's what I noticed is that all the fucking fantasy analysts that are big, quote unquote big on social media, it's on Twitter only.
Yeah.
So I would message them on Instagram because I know like they got like 10, 11 DMs in this motherfucker versus like the fucking hundreds of countless fools that are just bombing them for being wrong.
Yeah.
You said to start, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like,
let's smoke it up. Let's get it. And Derek said, how was that festival yesterday? Huss said, it looked fire. Well, first off, I got in for free. And it was like, I think it was like $50, I think, for general admission, and then like $100 for like the VIP pass. And but the Ganja Gupta, that's the dude who I met at one of like Hess's things, and Indian dude in the ganja space.
Nice.
He got the.
So it's not just a clever name.
No.
And he's the Ganja Gupta too, so it's like he's an Indian cat, man. Shout out.
Yeah, and so he got us the passes, and they were from one of the dispensaries that was like one of the either the big sponsor or they might have been one of the main ones kind of putting it on, but it was an awards show, and you know it's just like it's music going down on like two different stages. There was one inside, there was one outside, and and then they're kind of just doing awards in between the artist sets. So it was like when the artists were like setting up or whatever, that's kind of when they would do a bunch of awards, you know. And so we're walking in. It's crazy how it felt just like way cooler in that little. I mean, it wasn't little. I mean, it was a big space, but like how it just felt like way cooler, like literally just like degrees cooler. And it's because they have all those fans misting the water and all that, just like all over the place. So you know, it was like 10 or 15 degrees cooler than it was literally outside of the gates, you know, of this thing. And then we go inside to the spot where it's air conditioned. And like, who's the first guy performing?
Just like God intended
it. And who's the first guy fucking performing that, at least when we got there? Because we got there at, I don't know, like 6:30 or something. And it goes from like 2 to 10. And it's Eazy-E's son. And he starts bumping like all the Easy shit, you know, like started off with like Boys in the Hood. And I mean, he did a couple songs. But yeah, he was, I mean, it was super cool just to like.
This is Lil E, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I saw the footage. You sent it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah. So he did a couple songs. That shit was pretty dope. And the one thing that sucked is you couldn't smoke there. So like, I think a lot of people were going there, staying there for a little bit, and then leaving.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, big reason of going was to network a little bit. And so it was a lot of like smoke shops and stuff who had things there, like booths or whatever. But there was one company there, Canaline. Have you heard of that company?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were out there.
I've only heard of it because it has.
Okay, yeah. So they were
referenced it before.
Yeah, so they were out there. The Ganja Gupta like introduces me to him, and he was like, "Yeah, he's got a cannabis YouTube show," and he was like, "Bro, get us on there!" And like, you know, just right off the bat. So like, we're gonna get them to come on here. And how about this? So there's 3 guys, and fully black owned company, you know. So I mean, they're from the culture with like everything, and the shit was delicious. Like it was a watermelon guava. And they had a hard chocolate. Those were the 2 that they had. I tried the watermelon guava, and man, that shit smacked. Like it was so good. And there wasn't a whole.
And I'm a big fan of horchata too.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, there's people who were on both for sure. And then I find out that one of the 3 guys. So he wins Realtor of the Year, and it's he goes by Brandon from Vegas on like all of his shit. Ever since I moved to Vegas, like. he's the guy who keeps coming up when I type in like Las Vegas food when I was like first trying to like, just learn about some spots and stuff. He's all over the place. He's got, I think, like 400,000 like followers on TikTok. And he's got like over 100,000 followers like on Instagram. And so I talked to him like after, because I didn't know he was with them. He goes and he wins Realtor of the Year. And then he was like, a shout out Cataline, go get that shit.
Yeah.
And then I find out he's one of like, the 3 dudes who's like owns that company. And I say what up to him and everything. And he's like, oh man, he was like, before the show happens, shoot me the link. We'll share it out there. We'll make sure everyone knows about the show. Cause we're trying to push the fuck out of this Cataline.
Hell yeah.
So that's going to be.
Okay. Now, next question. What do they make? What is the Cataline? Like, I know it's cannabis product, but like, what is their signature?
When I asked him, I was like, so what's in it? And he was like, a whole bunch of drugs, man.
I like it. Because sometimes they'll have, it's not just the whatever cannabis infusion to be like, like fucking they do like Jamba Juice shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be like, oh, they got protein boosters or fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Derek said, how could you not smoke weed at a weed festival? What the fuck? I know, man. That was
That's still Vegas's thing. Like,
yeah,
and those venues that you can't smoke cigarettes either, in those particular venues, right?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it's got to be like underground.
It's got to be the mob mentality. I'll tell you that much. Anywhere we're at, as long as we ain't the first one lighting up. Remember when we were in Tao?
Yeah.
As soon as people start lighting up, Kev just started. He busted out a pre-roll.
Yeah.
And he's like, just hit it and pass it on. You know what I mean? Like, yep.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? I mean, when we were at the Red and Meth, come on, they're like, no one could smoke. No one was. Yeah. Moment Red and Meth start going, everybody's blowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were just rolling up on a thing. I was holding the tray for this motherfucker. We had so many like giveaways and shit, right? So it's like we had trays on us and zags and fucking everything, bro.
That was dope. I have the footage of that too. I got to mash that up into a big video because that was just like a dope ass. Like, how dope of a fucking concert, Like, I mean, not maybe what 700-800 people there or something.
What we could do is we could go get off
Redman concert. Like, fuck, that was fire.
Hell yeah. I mean, like, we should get all the footage just from that week or those couple days period. Because it's easier if you put it on all IG stories. It's all there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And here
I had a bunch too from that week.
Here's when we met Calvin Johnson when we were there.
Shout out to the 420 crew.
Talking shit.
We got a shout out to the 420 crew from Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson's got his weed brands.
Yeah.
Office said even if the pure stat guys are great and interpret the data correct, the shows are boring as fuck and communicate just as much fantasy value.
And like, I swear to God, I made a point that when shout out to my man Steamboat, when we first started our podcast, I was like, bruh, you know what I'm saying? All this shit, I was like, all that shit, the mumbo jumbo they be talking about, the PFF, I got all that shit, bruh. He's like, where? I'm like, yeah, bruh. It was just like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, we watch football for real. So it's like when you can find a cross between the two, because there is like some content creators that like there was this guy, he was a cockamamie fucking epically wrong guy, but he had his little like popularity at one point. It was the Podfather.
Yeah.
Matt Kelly or something like that. Is that Matt? Is that his name?
I don't know his real name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, but like, and he was like, I don't watch any film. I don't watch any games. I'm stat driven. And this, that, and he had this player profiler. And check this out. So somebody tried to tell me about him. So I checked his joint out. And I remember I even copped that player profiler app within it just to see what it was, right? And it was like you put like a player's name in, right?
Uh-huh.
And like it'll tell you like all the player comps. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like I remember Corey Davis's player comp was like Terrell Davis. And and when he was not Terrell Davis, bro, I was like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
And his product sucks. And fuck, I'll never listen to him ever again.
Yeah.
And if I ever recommended it to him, it was during my dark fantasy days when I'd be like, hey, at least you listen to this guy's show, bro. He's hella good.
Yeah. And James
Diabolical.
said, some of these guys be like, take X player because they were number 13 in adjusted deep catch rate, and they were top 30 in separation rank, etc. I said, I'm thinking this guy doesn't play, or no QB, one of the two. Yeah,
it's like it doesn't account for the DB that he's getting off. That did he get jammed at the line, or like, hey, did they hit him on a rub route? Like, remember Jefferson? Jefferson, he was balling, right? Don't let him. Don't try to cover him on no zone coverage, bro. Remember that shit, Jair Alexander, week 1. What did he do to the T? Damn, there went 200 yards on him, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did Jefferson do week 1 that year? He went last year. He went crazy. Then they play again second time around in the year. Obviously, division rivals, right? This motherfucker goes. He's like, man, he started talking shit. Remember, he was like, listen, last time they said they were not gonna let me play man or let me play press on them at all. He's like, I told him, no, we're not doing that, and he damn near erased him. It was a fucking KJ Osborne game.
Not damn near. He had 1 reception for 15 in that game. He erased him.
I said damn near.
That was his worst game of the season.
You know what I'm saying? How about this too?
But remember in the beginning, it was Philly. Philly and Detroit shut him down.
I was just about to say that. Because of after week 1, right? They played the Packers. Week 2, they played, was it Detroit or the Philly? I forget which one they played first. It was Detroit. They played Detroit week 2. And then, you know what I'm saying? They just
Philly week 2.
They played Philly week 2. And Darius Slay's like, no, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? And he had a big game. 6 for 48. And then he just plays, he's playing, you know what I'm saying? Just straight up has him on the island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would shadow him. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Then what happens week 2 or week 3?
Jeff Okuda.
Now here comes fucking Okuda, and he's destroying his little ass at the line. Just jamming the jam. I remember
3 for 14 in that.
3 for 14. And that those 3 receptions, they had to get him on a rub route or get him in another one. They got him in motion.
But you know what's so dope about Jefferson is, like, unless you are that elite of a cornerback, he's roasting you. He is roasting you.
Right? And where's Okuda now?
Listen to some of the stats. Game 1, 184. But then the 48 and then the 14. But then 147, 154, 107, 98, 115, 193.
He's like new Julio on a career per game basis, right? But he's like new, better, improved Randy Moss. You know what I mean? It's like all in one. I mean, shit, he's pacing like no other receiver we've ever seen his first 3 years ever, right?
Yeah.
This is like fucking history.
Yeah. Historical first 3 years start. No one's had more reception yards or receiving yards in the first.
Okay, Cooper Kupp, right? Cooper Kupp is not that. He's not a Justin Jefferson type of receiver at all. But like, he's so good at, you know what I'm saying? He's so good with his the route tree that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not the best at anything, but then you pair that with he's with Sean McVay, who's gonna scheme everything, bruh.
Yeah, and he's just. I mean, he's
those teams. They're always gonna be like all the Kyle Shanahan disciples and all the Sean McVay disciples. All those teams are always gonna be like top 6 in pre-snap motions, bruh. And like that's why Cooper Kupp is always. They're always figuring out a way to get it to Kupp. Soon as they got Matthew Stafford, someone who could read defenses, actually, it was a fucking wrap. And
I really think Cooper Kupp, he's just like a super instinctual player too, because you could tell. Like, I mean, he gets a lot.
Is it because he's white? Is it because he knows he's a unicorn? It's reverse racism.
I think he was just bred from it. I mean, his grandpa was a professional football player. His dad was a professional football player. He was like a QB, you know, / wide receiver like most of his life. And yeah, he's just like he's been
telling me he comes from a long line of the best of the best of the best, sir, with honors.
And James said, bro, player profile is garbage. Yeah, they got a lot of heat this year because they said
I want to say that was like 2015 or something or 2016 when I came across that. And I was like,
They said some borderline racist shit on like one of their like profile like comments, and like they got a lot of heat, you know, from that. I can't even remember like what it was, but that was really the only time I remember like seeing player profiler this year. But I've never really fucked with them.
I don't know. The white folks got to be careful what they say when they're talking about you know what I'm saying, sports that are just predominantly. I mean, not even predominantly, just damn near majority. Majority.
And I cannot wait, Derek.
Minority.
And I cannot wait, Derek. He said, y'all be having hella fun. This is why I cannot wait for Vegas. Hell yeah.
Right?
Oh, and how about this?
Leaving that mention.
We got an official sponsor of the show. So I'm a sponsor of the event. So Stevie B, Dynasty Life Stevie B. You know, we're gonna be fucking with him. He's gonna be in the house, you know, as one of the sponsors. But Draft Day Dice, they sent me 12 of these dice. They even are paying for the championship.
12 sets.
Yeah, so each of us are gonna get to keep these as well. If you're staying at the mansion, you are automatically invited to this. Okay, so with these dice, there's multiple ways that we could kind of play this. So there's 3 dice. The way that they have it is for the first 10 rounds, you just use 2 dice, and then to kind of speed it up, then you switch to 3 dice. Like after that, I think we should just start with 3. And pretty much what it is like if you get doubles or triples, that's when you get to start picking things, you know, the positions that you want. But like other than that, whatever you roll on the dice, like those are like the positions that you have to pick. So if it says you gotta get a tight end, you gotta get a tight end. They're still gonna go in the flex spot, but you still gotta get a tight end. You know, it might be running backs, might be multiple running backs. You know,
it's super flex, right?
Super flex for sure.
Yeah, so like you know, you might be a motherfucker, you roll hella QBs, and you say, "Hey, I'm gonna take QBs and make motherfuckers trade me."
And so there's no buy-in.
I might end up with like 8 QBs, and like you gotta go get it.
There's no buy-in, so that's why the people who are included are the people who are staying at the mansion. Everyone staying at the mansion is gonna get some special, you know, perks. This will be one of them. But so far, right now, we got me, Bogey, Derek, Stevie B, Big Tons, Mike Joseph, Guru, Zoo Crew, Peacock, and Candlestick. And we still so 2 more spots that we have right now in this. And there goes Mike Joseph. He said, dope. Hell yeah. You're in this one with us.
Yo, shout out to Mike Joseph.
We'll see you there, bro. Cannot wait. And Big Ten said, fuck yeah, I'm invited. Hell yeah, bro. I think this will be one. This is probably going to be one.
I got to send Mike Joseph some of these new joints.
Yeah. This is probably going to be one that we're doing on Sunday. Like we're probably going to do this to kick off the craziness of the draft party. And we'll have multiple drafts going at once. So for everyone who's going, I'll be sending you guys messages, but we got a bunch of leagues that are gonna be starting. So we got to see who's gonna be in what leagues, stuff like that. I'm about to hit this dab. And but yeah, we're gonna do a hustler redraft for sure. So that is gonna be exactly like the dynasty formats as far as like the starters, but it's just gonna be less bench spots.
That might even be I mean, depending on how many people there present that are, you know what I mean, that pay on the spot, obviously, and there for the whole draft. Might even get it up to 14 that league. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have multiple drafts throughout the day. So it's gonna be super fun. And Mike Joseph said, yes, sir, Bogey, send them through.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying, Mike Joseph, he was part of the like the list of fools I send the joints to you know what I'm saying, like fresh out the lab on the Friday nights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, now that I finally got my shit set up here, I get to be part of the Friday nights again. You know what I mean? They just sending me the joints.
There you go.
Feel me? Like,
and James said, yeah, basically, if you don't watch football, I can't trust you. I don't care how good your info is. Yeah, and we could tell, because anyone could just like read some stats and give us some bullshit. Those are probably the people who are not winning. You know, like, I mean, when me and Bogey, when we're watching these games with you guys on a Sunday, for anyone who hasn't been around since last football season, I mean, we're live for hours before the games kick off, like taking questions, filling out our own lineups, reading out our own lineups, guys who were kind of starting and big on, you know, for the week. And then we're watching the games, and when we see big shit happen, we're like, oh shit, waiver wire pickup, like right there, you know, like we're telling you guys, if you're watching with us on Sunday, we're calling out waiver wire pickups, you know, then that we're going to be picking up on Tuesday. So I mean, the reason why we do the fantasy news show, Fantasy News Today, at 1:00 specifically, is because during the season, that's when all the news is breaking. So we're literally live as we're getting all this information, and that's helping you guys on the waiver wire, helping us on the waiver wire, because we're going and doing that shit right away for all of our leagues too. But yeah, that's why we do this shit even at the certain times, and even this the morning show. We didn't do it every single day throughout the season last year. Gotta be hella lit this year. What up, Charlie Brown?
What up, Charlie Brown? Great Christmas album. It was, right?
Charlie Brown.
It's really just that one. It's really just that one song, huh?
Yeah. Do they even? What songs are? I mean, I remember Oh yeah.
Then they start gigging all crazy, huh? They all in that same dance.
Yeah, I was more of a fan of the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas stuff.
You know what? Their Christmas album smacked.
It went platinum, right?
I'm sure. You know what I mean? Hey, I bet you ever since streaming shit, it has, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like we're gonna find all that. That'll be on the channel for like some Christmas music, you know, because yeah, I'm sure all that shit's out there.
Shit, the DMX Christmas, the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer DMX joint, bro. What?
Hell yeah. That's hella funny that he has that shit.
I mean, motherfucker, you know what's so crazy is he made like 40 million in like those 2 years, and it just all went away. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like the Mike Tyson of rap in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, with MC,
as far as money, you know what I mean? Like, because Mike Tyson talks about all the time how, like, you know, his rise to fame and, you know, all the money, and it all went away really fast. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, when you're just out there buying hella cars for just like all your homies and chicks you meet, and like that was what he was doing. Like, that was a wild, man. Like when he gave you a present, it was like a car or like a fucking $20,000.
Or like, remember, there was a cop. There was a cop that pulled up to the scene he pulled up to a call, right?
Yeah.
To a disturbance
Yeah.
in a parking lot. It was him and Robin Gibbons, right? Is that her name?
I think so.
It was his wife, and she's trying to leave or something in the car, and I think she like gets into like a fender bender or whatever, like, or you know what I mean? And then he pays the dude off, you know what I'm saying? But the cops already coming because of the disturbance or whatever. And then I think he gives the cop the car, bro. He's like, here, just take the car,
Yeah, he's like, can we make this go away? Let me give you the car.
Just take the car. And then he said the next day I had that car picked up. Oh no, it wasn't the cop. He gave the car to the dude. The dude that he backed. I might be mashing hell of Mike Tyson stories, but you want to know what's some dope irony? Is that like even if he obviously didn't go like all the way broke when fools filed for bankruptcy like that, especially millionaires like that, right? But he did lose a lot of money and as quick as he got it. But the irony of all that is like now he makes money telling those stories, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's his, through, whether it's the podcast or like, all his new business ventures. Like, he almost, look at all the other fools that had success with, like, I guess Mayweather's different because he had like a different kind of scale of money because, he has like countless businesses, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you had George Foreman, right? He flashed onto that George Foreman grill and he knocks the fat right out, right? But it's like, boxers
he made way more from those grills than he ever made fucking boxers.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike Tyson was the pinnacle of the guy making the big bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And another thing too, he talked about it. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't know shit about taxes." He was like, "I was getting taxed by two separate countries, like for like these taxes."
Mm-hmm. He's buying, like, you gotta source that cash, bro. Like, you might buy an exotic animal cash.
Yeah,
but it's cash he pulled out the bank. You know what I mean?
He was wild talking about. He was like, "Yeah, I used to have to punch my tigers in the face." Like, could you just imagine that? Like, he was legit wrestling those tigers, punching them in the face to let them know.
Think about it. This is a wild animal. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, if he had him, remember he had them since they were like basically babies, right?
Yeah,
you gotta show that. Listen,
he said you have to have them from when they're babies, or like they'll fucking eat you.
And he's like, I'm mama. That's basically, you gotta be mama to them motherfuckers. And mama had to lay the smack down. Mama said, knock you out sometimes, right? And he's Tyson, but he was sticking. That's how tigers. See, a tiger's tough. People might say, oh, that's abuse, man. Tiger's skull's so thick. I guarantee, I don't even know this, but I bet you was fat.
Yeah.
Remember, they used to have the footage back in the days. I don't know if you still find it on YouTube, but he was like, it was like back in the days when he was still crazy Mike. Like, this is the champ Mike. And he's like, this is my horse right here. And he's like showing his horse and he knocks the horse out. Boom! Just to show, like, see, I knock a fucking horse out.
He's a fucking savage.
You know what I mean?
He said that I can't remember which episode I listened to of his recently, but they always have dope ass people on for like interviews. And he said that he wished that he was smoking weed during his boxing run. Because he was like, I was just wilding too much. He was like, I needed to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, like,
you're training for like 15 rounds and then you don't even.
He's hypnotized to be a killer. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah, Derek. The Tyson 2.0 Toad. Hell yeah.
That's right. I remember.
I'll make sure that we get a little bit of, assuming that it's available, then it's not right now, but shit, there's more than a month. I bet there's some Tyson 2.0 cycles that will be.
What's that countdown till the 18th? What's that countdown? Days.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks and 3 days.
38 days.
38 days.
Okay, it's plenty of time. Because it's like, it's just what's crazy about it is because it's the beginning of August bill run, right? All the bills are cool, and then it's like I got like a week and a half to get some extra bread. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we're gonna be all right. Because everything, that's the point, is everything's taken care of already. So that's what's up. But I'm definitely going to Vegas on our budget.
Well, that's what's cool is like anyone who is coming to Vegas on a budget, everything's baked in.
This is gonna beat Vegas prices anywhere.
Everything's baked into what you're already paying, so you're not gonna have to like pay for food. You're not gonna have to pay for drinks. Like, pretty soon here, pretty much with a month to go, I was gonna be messaging everyone. And I might just create a little survey like on there with like a handful of questions just so I could just read it off. But like what people's preferences are on, or if you don't like any types of food, like I want to know that kind of stuff, And then people, man,
food allergies, man.
we got to know that kind of shit. I want to know what kind, the people who are staying there, if you are going to drink alcohol or beer, what should we have stocked, there? What are you going to be drinking? Yeah, we're going to have different types of weed there. And the dabs, we're working on getting a drip dab bar, going. And yeah, the dabs are going to be awesome, man. Dabs are going to be awesome. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I'm super excited. We're getting hella close. And if you haven't locked in the spot, make sure you let me know. It's $100 a day to stay to come attend the event. So if you aren't staying at the mansion, $100 a day will get you in. And Friday we got a bunch of events planned. We're going to be doing a live podcast for Silver Screen Breakdowns. Nelly Nell's going to be in the house. We're going to have multiple tournaments throughout the weekend, Mortal Kombat, poker tournaments, Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, Mario Kart, tournaments. So it is going to be going down. Sunday is going to be the big draft day. The only thing that this doesn't cover is your league fees on whatever league you are buying into. That's it.
Who's what other leagues are drafting Saturday? We got the East Side League. That's Steamboats and Santino's
and the Hustler Green Bowl. No, and that's it.
The big dogs. That's the one. That's the one I need the extra bread for. That's what I need the extra bread for.
Yeah,
the Big Dog League.
Yeah. So don't forget, guys. We're doing the $600 league. It is going to be it's going to be one of those ones, man. Like just the one that we're all talking about all year. The one that whoever wins this is going to be really happy, with the payout and the championship belt that you're going to get. You can get a replica of the one that I got last year, or you could totally customize it to whatever your liking is. But it's like a legit $2,000, $1,500, $2,000, custom wrestling belt. And Trophy Smack ain't got shit on this belt.
Yeah, shout out to Straps and Snaps.
Yeah. Tina said, I wonder how much cannabis affects cardio, if any at all. Well, if you're doing cardio workouts every day,
it'll probably, it won't stick to your fat cells as much. I think that's what it does.
Yeah.
Because you're working a lot, working out a lot, you're getting your cardio specifically, and then that's coming out of your skin pores, and it's coming out of you in other ways,
Yeah.
Versus like if you're just a lazy pothead, and you're just pissing. Oh, because you were dabbing all day yesterday, or what, trying to clean your pee up? He was dabbing all day yesterday. I forgot it was 7:10 yesterday.
Yeah. And Derek said, Nelly, now the shit's going to be fun. And so Nelly might stay more than one day. So, the pod that we're going to do is going to be on Vegas vacation. But if he stays more than one day, we'll get a paid in full, watch party going. Shit, who knows? Might even happen that night. The podcast is probably going to be a little bit different than what we do. We're probably not even going to do like a full 3 acts. It's probably just going to be, just the one live version of the podcast that gets uploaded. Because, we're going to have peeps in the background, chiming in on stuff. It's going to be super fun. And Big Ten said it's going to be lit. I cannot wait. And someone said I'm on the clock somewhere. Where am I on the clock? If anybody knows where I am on the clock, can you let me know? Oh, I think I found it. We're in the Jurassic Park in the 12th round. All right. I think it's time to start snatching them off. My fucking bunch of linebackers just went over here. But, let's get it. Let's lock in Quay Walker. All right. And Sasha in the house. What up? I don't know why it's not pulling up the this one on here, but what up? And Derek said paid in full. Huss, I ain't eating. So we're gonna get a paid in full watch party going. We're just not gonna do like, it's not gonna be a silver screen breakdowns on paid in full, because we got to do a legit paid in full. Like, we're gonna do it again where we do another paid in full episode, but Nelly Nell is gonna be on it for this entire thing. Because me and Bogey, we did the podcast for paid in full before Nelly even became a part of the show. So yeah, we're gonna have to, we got to do not a non-live version of it. All right, let's smoke another dab, and I think it's almost time to get up out of here. We've been rocking for 2 hours. Let's get it. And what up, Sasha? All right, let's smoke it up, peeps. Let's get the dab flowing. And what do you guys think? Grape Kush or blueberry pie? Grape Kush or blueberry pie? I'll let you guys help me with the choice here. And damn it. All right, we gotta get alcohol squab. Man, it's so funny. The Hustler 7 chat is going fucking wild right now. Literally the entire time of the show has been going on. The Hustler 7 chat has been bing, 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 bing. Like I couldn't even have the notifications on. It was it would be just like way too much. Because there's so much going on. But this is fucking hilarious. All right, here we go. All right. Multiple, everyone says the blueberry pie. So let's get it. I'll show you what it looks like here. They had the 710 deals yesterday on dabs. Nothing super crazy. More of I'd say a mid-level. What's it called? A mid-level concentrate. It's no drip or anything like that. But it's solid. I mean, it was like 2 grams for like $45 or something. And I mean, it was a buy one, get one. So that's, yeah. So 2 for 45. Get some dabs in the mix. And drip and wafers, they're coming to town for champs. And I think it's next week. Yeah, I think it's next week. So that'll be an event that I'm attending, getting some footage for you guys as well. It's gonna be super, super fire. Here we go. Man, what is up with this damn torch? There we go. What up, Bakes? It said put up a poll, bro. Rank our teams for this year. Mine, Big Tons, J Mactown, 1, 2, and 3. I'll throw it up. Are you not able to put a poll in there? All right, we're gonna do this dab, and then we're gonna get up out of here, and we'll see you back on FNT Let's see. All right. Oh, in the live chat. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, not everyone's even seen the teams. Okay, he said I could put one in the set. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, well, we have no idea. I mean, people won't even be able to see your teams. All right. Let's get it. And Big Ten said I have an outside with luck to win in there. He said I just don't want to miss out on the fun. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Big Ten's not even in that conversation. I was just stirring up shit. It's fucking awesome. All right. Here we go. One more dab, and then we're going to get up out of here.
So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Roll a fatty for this pimp daddy.
Smoke weed every day.
Let me hit that bong. That bong, the bong, bong, bong.
Woo. Oh, man. Woo. Oh, man. Sasha said in September, I'm going to Holland to get some. Nice.
Hold up. Smoke weed every day.
I like it. Woo! Oh, man. Hey. What up, strangers? Shout out to the Houday Nation. Just took a fat dab. About to get up out of here. But we'll be back at 1 o'clock. And Bake said pause.
Well, obviously, so you can run and tell that, homeboy. You don't have to come and confess that you did it. We're looking for you. We gonna find you. I'm letting you know now. So you can run and tell that, homeboy. He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they're raping everybody out here.
All right, and just one time, for no particular reason.
He's climbing in your windows, he's snatching your people up, trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they're raping everybody.
Yeah, all right. And yes, Derek is correct. 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. West Coast time, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you there for FNT. Peace out, peeps.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever the night they played the